Good morning, happy Sunday. It's a very brisk morning. I think it said 45 degrees, so I had to pull the old sweatshirt out. Yeah, I'm not complaining. Not complaining one bit. It feels fresh and alive. Yeah, this is perfect fall weather. Yeah, it'll warm up to the mid 60s. Okay, so yesterday morning I had a frisbee in my yard, and this morning I have a shoe, and it looks kind of like the shoes I'm wearing. It's solid blue. Mine are blue and green. Okay, just a shoe. Speaking of a frisbee and a child's shoe in my yard, all the kids came over yesterday. The girl that lives behind me and Naomi, they're about the same age. And then I want to say there were 3 or 4 little boys. And one of those little boys was holding that baby that I saw in the street the other day. I don't know, the oldest girl, Naomi's 9, but that oldest girl, maybe 10 or 11. She could be Naomi's age. She's just taller. They all come to the door, and they have a box full of goodies for sale. Y'all know they got me with this one time before. Said they were selling stuff out of their box, and would I like to buy anything? And I said, well, I don't have cash. I never have cash. So I'll, have to go get some cash for you. At least they're not just coming and asking for money. At least they're trying to sell stuff. So they gave me a ball. And it was, I told him I didn't have any cash. And he said, well, you take the ball anyway. I said, okay. But it's like one of those balls that comes out of like a Chuck E. Cheese, a ball pit ball. It was like that. I was like, Penny ain't gonna play with that, but okay, whatever. When they first walked up, the oldest girl, she points to the boy holding the box and she says, he's selling stuff, but he don't talk. He gives her this look like, bet me. He said, I do too talk. And she said, well, then talk. I was like, well, they're brother and sister, aren't they? He was like, well, we're selling stuff. And I was like, okay. Well, anyway, they're all running around out there going crazy. And I noticed one of them who might be, 5 or 6. For some reason, Phoenix doesn't hang out with that crew. She's never with them, even though she's 6, but whatever. So I noticed that one of the little ones, had on a pair of black gloves. And not like weather gloves, like vinyl gloves, the black vinyl gloves. Is that what you call them, black vinyl gloves? Gloves. Anyway, and I was like, well, that's odd. Why is he wearing those gloves? But, whatever. Kids are kids. Well, then he pulls the black gloves off. In his tiny little hands were the brightest blue, and the look of horror on his face. His nails, his fingers, his palms, everything was just like a royal blue. I said, what happened? He said, I don't know. And the oldest girl, I've got to find out her name. She said, you probably got somebody's hair dye gloves. I said, did you pick up those black gloves that were laying on the side of the road? He said, yes, ma'am. There's no telling. There's no telling if it was hair dye or spray paint. Somebody could have been huffing in that glove. I don't know. Do they huff in gloves? I don't know. Do y'all know what huffing is? You use spray paint and you spray it in something and then you breathe it in. I thought they typically used like silver or gold because that's what I've seen, but I don't know if any spray paint does it. But I was like, don't pick up stuff on the side of the road and put it on. Well, I think you've learned your lesson here, but don't do that because that could have been something bad in them gloves. I noticed the other day after the trash service came that there was a pile of trash on the side of the road, and I wondered if maybe, because they've got one of those trucks that has the arms that come out and they scoop up the trash can and they bring it over and they shake it and they put it back down. So I wondered if maybe the trash didn't come out when they did that, because where it is, well, somebody lives there, but it's the side of the house that she never goes over there. Never. I hardly ever see her even outside. She comes outside with her dog and goes back inside. And I think the county maintains that side of the road because it's just kind of the ditch. But anyway, his little fingers were blue and he was just standing and staring at them. And I said, please don't touch my house. Because, you know, I had my house, I just had my house painted blue. I mean white, blue. So I don't want royal blue tiny little handprints on it. Paw prints, handprints, it's all the same, little prints. He kind of looked at me like he was afraid, and then he turned and looked at the side of the house, and I was like, oh dear Jesus, please tell me he did not already rub his hands on the side of my house. I checked, he did not, thank God. But the look on his face, I was like, what did you do, you know? Anyway, it was cute though. But I thought, instead of just giving him money for a ball pit ball that they probably brought home from Chuck E. Cheese or something, that I would ask them to pick up all the pine cones in my front little island, and I would pay them for picking up the pine cones. Make them work for it. That's what I thought about doing. I don't know how their mother would like that. But while they were all standing there, I'm sorry, it's very bright. Let me turn back around. While they were all standing there, I said, so what are y'all going to be for Halloween? And man, they all started screaming at the same time. And I said, hold up, I can't hear but one at a time. I said, what are you going to be for Halloween? I think it was Naomi said a bat. I was like, a bat? I mean, you like Batgirl? She said, no, a bat. I said, okay, cool. And then the other girl, she said, it broke my heart. She said, I'm going to dress up like my daddy. And I'm thinking his profession, you know. And I said, oh, okay. I said, how does your daddy dress up? Hold on. Tommy came out, and I wasn't sure if she was going to see me and want to start talking or whatever, but she didn't see me. And then I thought, well, we've gotten away with something because Coco didn't see us. But Coco was at the front window and saw us. Anyway, the girl said she was going to be her dad, and I said, well, how will you dress up? You know, thinking a police officer, a construction worker, a fireman, you know, an outfit to dress up like your dad. And she said, oh, I'm just going to wear his clothes. She said, I look just like him. And I said, oh, okay. I said, well, that'll make him happy. And she said, oh, he died. And I said, oh, I'm so sorry. And she said, yeah, he died about 10 years ago. And I thought, you can't be much older than 10. And I said, I'm so sorry. I said, was he sick? And she said, you know, they won't tell me. They just said he had a heart attack. And I was like, it's very insightful for a 10-year-old to recognize that there might have been something else involved, you know. It made me sad. All the others started yelling what they're going to be for Halloween, and they were all yelling at the same time. And by that point, I was like, I'm done, because I can't hear y'all anyway. I'm done. Penny barked at every one of them. She wouldn't stop barking the whole time they were there. So Naomi said, well, she liked me yesterday. And I said, yeah, but you weren't with them yesterday. She doesn't know them. So, sorry. So sorry. It's like starting all over again. Oh, there's 2 shoes in my yard. There is a blue one and a black one. Penny is checking them out. And a Frisbee. Oh, she smells them. She's like, they were over here. But that's the little pine island where all the pine cones drop. So I thought if I could get them to pick them up and throw them in but they could play a game by trying to toss them in a bag or something. And then I could pay them. I think that would be awesome. I could get rid of some of my pine cones and they could earn some money. Is that a good idea? Sometimes I do things and I'm like, well, that probably wasn't such a good idea, but I think it's a good idea. I have a lot that I want to do today. I hope that I get some of it done, but we shall see. Oh, the bathroom thing, if y'all saw that video last night, I think it's the rugs. I bought those rugs from Shein a while back, and when I saw all that and then I looked at them, they have a brown bottom on the rugs. And I think, you know, like when my feet are wet, the water is going through and hitting that brown bottom and staining the grout. So I will be getting new rugs because I don't want to have to clean like this all the time because they're never that dirty, you know. Oh, don't bring the waste bag inside, Tracy. Leave it out there for all your guests to see, right? Right. Well, I had to turn on my heat. I didn't want to, but 45 degrees and my house was 62 degrees. Right now, oh, it says 48 on my TV. Yeah, I had to turn on the heat because this house is cold in the summer. It takes a while to warm up. So when it's this cold, A lot of people said they like my wreath. I think I got it at Kirkland's. I did not make it. I'm not that talented. Not with wreath making and stuff like that. That's a wreath I make because it's just ribbons. Anyway, I'll be back. May God be with me. I'm going to the Walmart. I'm terrified. I don't like the Walmart. I'm not terrified. I'm just kidding. But it is one of my least favorite stores. But only because the one time I was in there was probably the last time I was in there. Maybe not, but someone was trying to, I guess, prank me on TikTok or something by taking my toilet paper out of my trolley, my shopping cart, my buggy. Yeah, tried to trick me. And I turned around and caught her as she was lifting it up. And then she saw me. We locked eyes and she was like, "Oh, my bad. I thought this was my buggy." And then she took off running to her boyfriend or whomever, laughing. Girl, if you're going to try to punk people, you need to be smooth about it. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn to just play it cool and say, "Oh, I'm so sorry, wrong buggy," and then casually walk off. Not, and then take off running. Be cool about it. Oh, I need to teach lessons on how to be cool. My friend Michelle, when I worked at the jail with her, she said, "How do you always know the scoop on people?" I said, "Well, because I keep my mouth shut and my ears open. Because if you go outside," this is when we all had to go outside to smoke. I said, "If you go outside to smoke and you hear them talking about something and you act surprised and you try to interject yourself into the conversation, then they get quiet." See, I know this because I'm a watcher. I'm a watcher. And I know these things. But if you just keep your mouth shut and your ears open, they don't recognize that you're standing there listening. Like it's not, they're not feeling danger, Will Robinson about it. They're just like, "Oh, blah, 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 blah." And then I have all the dope, the scoop, the whatever you want to call it, the tea as they call it now. Why does it change names so many times? Why is it called tea now? I'm dropping the tea. Anyway, then I run in here and tell you all the scoop, the dope, the tea. I can't make that the name of this video because somebody might not realize that the dope I'm talking about is the gossip. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I said, you gotta play it cool, man. I learned how to play it cool a long time ago. Oh my gosh, y'all, I don't want to go to Walmart, but I need Walmart things. You know what I'm saying? It's either Walmart or Costco, and one's just as bad as the other one. But I don't need Costco-sized things. I need Walmart-sized things. And I don't want to... I could go to Target. I mean, this is a real dilemma. I could go to Target. However, this Target, the line to check out on any given day is usually, I'm gonna say, 50 people deep. Yeah, you line up all in front of the kids' clothes, all the way down, all the way down, all the way down. Now, it moves pretty quickly, and they say, like, if you want to self-checkout, you can come around here, or if you have cash, you can come here. They try to keep it moving, but it's still a very long line, and I feel so very stressed trying to figure out, am I a self-checker? Am I a cashier? No, I'm never a cashier. Hardly ever am I a cashier. I'm a carder. Yeah, because I hardly ever have cash. I go to the bank to get cash and forget to get cash. That's how my brain works. Anyway, may God be with me because I am at the Walmart. Y'all pray for me, okay? That's probably going to end this video, and then I'll have to start a new one if exciting things happens, because I'm trying to keep them a little bit shorter. A little. Not a lot, but a little. And then just start a new one, because it takes a very long time to upload a 20-minute video, whereas even an 18-minute video is easier to upload. Isn't that weird? But anyway, I love you. Jesus loves you. I hope he's coming back soon, because people be crazy. And oh my gosh, I just realized I didn't grab my glasses. I can't see. I mean, I can see, but I can't read. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Goodbye. Love you, mean it.